Okay, welcome back, and now we're going to do an example. So we're going to sketch a compressed tangent function. Okay, so notice that a here, this is our a, is positive, is 0.5, right? So it's positive, which means it's going to be what we saw earlier, so it's not going to be reflected across the x-axis. It is 0.5, which means it's less than 1. So this means that it's going to be a vertical compression. So it's going to push it down and it's going to flatten out towards the x-axis, and it's going to be more vertical when you get to the asymptotes. Okay. Now, here you got pi over 2. So again, this is your A, right? So this is your A, and this is your B. Okay. So, what does it tell us? Well, in this case, we know that the period is what? It's pi over the absolute value of B. And so this is going to be pi over 2, which is going to equal 2. So our period is 2. Okay, so good. So now, where do we find our asymptotes at? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to divide this by 2, right? So our first asymptote is going to be what? It's going to be at what? It's going to be 2 pi, or excuse me, it's going to be pi over 2 times the absolute value of b plus any multiple of pi over the absolute value of b, right? So any multiple of that. So k represents an integer. Okay, so that means in this case, well, b is what? B is pi over 2. So what do we get? Well, in this case, we're going to get what? Half of this. So this is going to be 1 plus, well, what's pi over absolute value of b? It's just 2. So it's going to be 1 plus 2 times k. Great. Okay? And by the way, this is going to be plus or minus because it can go the other way, right? So let's see what this looks like. So let's just sketch 0. Okay, sorry for taking so long. Okay, so now, here's what we have. Okay, so now, what else do we want? Okay, so now, what does that tell us? So we got P, we got our asymptotes. Okay, so we know that there's going to be asymptote at 1 and -1, right? So let's put those in. Okay, and that corresponds with a period of 2, right? So that's good. And let's see here. Okay, so now what we want to do is, just like we did before, is let's cut this up into quarters. So 1/4 of a period. So again, it goes through the origin, right? When x is 0, tangent 0. So it is going through the origin just like we would think. So what happens at 0.5? Well, at 0.5, what's happening here? At x, when this is half, this is going to be pi over 4. Okay? What's tangent of pi over 4? Tangent of 45 degrees? Tangent of 45 degrees is what? It's 1, right? So we know tangent of 45 degrees or pi over 4 is 1, so we get 1/2. So when x is 0.5, so is, so let me, okay, so when x is 0.5, so is y. Okay? And that would also be the same when x is negative 0.5. So that's going to bring us down to about here. And so what does that give us? It gives us something that looks like this. Okay? And then of course, it's going to keep repeating, right? And so all you'd have to do is move these points over the same period, right? So this would move to 2.5, right? This would move to 2, and this would move to 1.5. And so you just keep repeating the process. And that's it. Have a great day.